Hey folks, happy Friday. Today is January 15th. My name is Jake Baldino. Welcome to the Friday Untitled GameRanx Gaming News Show thing. Got a lot of cool stuff to talk about this week, but first and foremost, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Half-Life 3. Yes, Half-Life was once again in the news this week because of one of the lead writers from the original two games finally left Valve. What does this mean? Does this really mean anything? I don't know. But here's the deal. Marc Laidlaw, a writer from Valve, has officially retired after working with the company for 18 years. He worked on the story for both Half-Life and Half-Life 2. And now he's gone. This could be determined a variety of different ways. Number one, who cares? Number two, Valve is never making Half-Life 3. Or number three, maybe this is the final nail in the coffin of hope that there would ever be a Half-Life 3 or maybe another Half-Life 2 episode. Personally, I think Valve is so past the point of even thinking about Half-Life, which I know is really weird and it seems kind of shitty, but that might be the reality. And I do think the retirement of Marc Laidlaw might finally show that it's not really going to happen anytime soon. Sorry to be that guy. But in something very interesting, if you check out ESPN.com, ESPN now has a dedicated gaming section for esports. You can click on it. There's a little controller. There's articles about esports. And this is a thing. This is really happening. ESPN is recognizing esports as an actual real thing. And I'm very excited about that, despite there's probably going to be even more massive backlash, traditional sports people really hating on esports. And you know what? I get it. People don't like change. It's fine, but it's very cool to see that this is where it's going. With a lot of things like this, I like to see that people are following the money. You have Mark Cuban buying an esports team. You have people from Amazon getting involved with esports. This just shows that they are following the money. These are business people, and esports is apparently really ramping up to be a big thing. And while I personally don't watch a lot of esports, I'm still just so excited because video games. And speaking of because video games, check out this awesome, incredible Nick Valentine cosplay. You guys have probably seen this pop up on Reddit this week. That's where we found it, and then a bunch of news sites picked it up. This guy goes by the handle Arcanum Order, and this Nick Valentine cosplay just looks great. It's detailed. It's got the face stuff. He's got an Institute rifle. It just looks great. So our hats off to you, man. And speaking of wearing stuff and looking maybe a bit more stupid, check out this Mega Man, a replica full-size helmet that you can actually wear. Yes, you can actually put this big dome on your dome and look kind of like a goofball. This thing is made by ThinkGeek and actually retails for like $160. So if you ever really wanted to be the Mega Man boy you always felt like you were, now you can finally realize that dream. On the flip side, though, this company makes Mega Man headphones that look kind of like Beats headphones, and those are cool. I feel like those I could pull off, or like a normal person, And in other news, a bunch of real video game journalist type people got to preview The Division, and I'm getting really excited for this game because we got a lot of new information, a lot of new gameplay. We linked some footage. IGN has a lot of footage up, and I'm really excited for this game. I'm very skeptical, of course, because we've all been burned by Ubisoft many times. But this just looks like a video game I want to play. It's got RPG elements, Destiny elements, it's a third-person shooter, it's in New York City, it's a Tom Clancy game. I'm all about those things. So we've linked a bunch of gameplay and stuff like that. I'm really pumped about it. I want to know what you guys think about it. But mark my words, I'm pretty sure in the next few weeks, the biggest conversation is going to be the Division graphical downgrade. I think we all saw this coming, how everyone flipped out with Watch Dogs. I think we're going to hear it again with the Division. And as much as I don't get my panties in a bunch too much about graphics, I do think that should be talked about because, you know what, shame on you, Ubisoft. Stop making your game look so fucking awesome, and then when it finally comes out, it still looks awesome, just not as awesome. And speaking of graphical downgrades, it seems like in the news right now, there's actual talk about the next generation of consoles. Yes, the next console generation past PS4 and Xbox One. According to video game analyst Michael Pachter, he thinks that we're going to see new consoles around 2019. Michael Pachter spoke about this on his show, Pachter Factor, which is, of course, foolishly hidden behind a paywall. But I think he's kind of spot on. It seems pretty soon. That's only like 3 years away if you think about it. But at the rate things are going, with these consoles right now struggling to hold 1080p 60 frames per second, I think that could be viable. But his point he was really trying to get across, and I think it's the most important, is that this console generation is not going to last as long as PS3 and 360. They just can't squeeze that much life out of it. That being said, the fact that the PlayStation 4 is selling gangbusters means it's not going away anytime soon, but all that influx of money might influence Sony to work on the next big thing sooner rather than later. Pachter also talked about the influence of the rise of 4K television and how those are starting to drop in price and become more of the mainstream television that'll adopt eventually. Consoles are going to have to keep up with that. So it's interesting. Food for thought. I still don't really want to talk about this stuff. It feels too early, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. Now let's get back to the cool shit. Check out this GoldenEye map running in Unreal Engine 4. It looks so great. It is perfectly modeled. It looks absolutely fantastic. And they kept the original music, which is just the best. This was posted by level designer Jude Wilson on YouTube, and it's of the facility, one of the best levels, and he did a fantastic job. This video already got 1 million views, and that's insane. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. And speaking of remakes and graphical upgrades and stuff like that, let's talk about the Metal Gear Solid fan remake, Shadow Moses. Yes, once again, this is popping up despite Konami in the past trying to crush attempts like this. This one has been staying around and looks pretty great. It looks like it's mostly being worked on by one person, and lately he's really been amping up sharing a ton of screenshots and videos of the level design, and it looks really cool. I gotta say, I'm really excited. That being said, of course, it is because I am a huge Metal Gear Solid fanboy. Snake Eater! But there is potential here to be something great. So my hats go off to the people working on Shadow Moses, because this looks really fucking cool. And I'm excited, and I'm happy that they're working on it and sticking it to Konami. And most notably, I think it was very interesting. I should mention that on January 17th, that is 2 days from the posting of this video on Friday, they're apparently releasing the first trailer. Really curious, really excited to see that, and I wish them all the best. And last but not least, on my personal channel, I have posted my video of my top 10 movies from 2015. If you guys want to hear me talk about stuff other than video games, I posted that there. I'm also working on my personal top 10 choices of games from last year. So stick around for that. Maybe subscribe over there. But of course, for those of you guys that don't know, we do a giveaway every single week where all you have to do is click the link down below, sign up for our mailing list, and every week we randomly choose one winner from that list to get a game of their choice. This week's winner is Ethan with the YouTube username Ishim. Congratulations! We're gonna hit you up and you win any free game of your choice. Unless it's like Clay Fighters for N64 or something, because we're not doing that. But that's all I got to say about cool video game stuff this week, guys. It seemed like it was a bit of a slow week, but there's still kind of some interesting things going on. So of course, as always, I'm looking forward the most from hearing from you guys. How do you feel about this Nick Valentine cosplay? Could you ever do anything like that? I know I couldn't. And the fate of Half-Life 3. Do you really think it is over and done with, or are you holding on to hope? I mean, I held on to hope for Shenmue 3, and that actually happened, so maybe I shouldn't give up yet. And are you guys cool with The Division? Are you skeptical like me, but excited, or do you think it's just gonna be dog shit? Let's talk about any of that stuff down below. You guys know the drill. Liking this video helps me and gameranx out very much. We could do the show and do more cool shit like this, and I really appreciate it. And subscribing if this is your first time here, that's a good idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, pizza's on me.